Hello, welcome to the final question in strings, question number 13, longest common prefix in array from Geek for Geeks must do interview coding questions. Have a quick look at the question and we will be discussing the approach and the meaning behind it. But before that, please don't forget to subscribe our channel. And if you have any extra melodies, please do subscribe and support. If you have any doubts, just leave a comment down below. Now let us go into our question and let's understand it. So in this question it is saying we have to find a prefix. Okay, prefix means the character from the left side. Okay, the character from the left side of the array. Okay, and in that array we have to find a common substring. Okay, from the left side we have to find a common substring that is same for all the index values. For example, you can see GE. Okay, this is the output. Okay, and you can see from the left side we say prefix whatever comes at the start. Okay, so GE is a prefix, GE is a prefix, GE is a prefix, and remember GE is the only common prefix in this part. Okay, so we have understood the meaning of prefix, whichever is starting from the left side. Okay, that is called prefix. But in question it is asking for longest common prefix, so we have to see how many of them are there in all the array values. We have to find how many of them are there. Okay, the longest prefix. Okay, we only got three longest prefix, which is GE. Okay, now we know GE is the longest common prefix. Now we have to understand in the coding way. Now how can we approach it in the coding way? Okay, now what we are going to do is we're taking the length of this whole character. Okay, whatever the first array value will be there, we will be taking that length and we will use that length to iterate the whole array. Okay, it doesn't matter if the starting value is small or big. Okay, why we are taking only the starting element is because, okay, if you get only one value, okay, then we want to use for loop. Only the starting value we can use easily. Okay, if there is no element, then there is no for loop. But if there is one element, it will be from the starting side. This is the example having four values. What the next example comes with two values, and we are taking the length of this final one. Okay, but in another example, if two values are there, we cannot take the fourth value in that, so it will give us an error. So we will always be using the length of the first value in the list. Okay, so how we are going to use that length is we are going to iterate it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 values are there, and we're going to iterate 13 times. Okay, 13 times with conditions. Okay, the conditions are, okay, now let's start iterating. Now we're taking the length and we're going to compare one element each time with all other values. Okay, now we're taking the first value from the first character. I mean, first character from the first value, and we will see is that present in this. Okay, it is present in this. Okay, is it present in this? Okay, then we add that to G. Okay, which we can call result or R. Suppose this is R, which is storing the common prefix. Now G has been added because it is present in all of them. Okay, now again G is done. Now E, we're taking E. Now we're checking. Okay, E is also present all of them. Fine. Now again taking another E, it is also present. Fine. Now coming to the K. Okay, K is present here and here, but it is not present in this part. So the one condition is whenever the value doesn't match while iterating, we immediately break out of that loop. Okay, and we return whatever the R variable has stored to the function. So R variable has stored GE now. So this will be our answer to the function. Okay, this is one condition. There is another condition. Okay, this value is big, so that's why many arrays are there. What if the value is only of three? Okay, three length. It is of a three length value. Then what happens is we immediately return after the third length. Okay, after the third length, we immediately return. It doesn't matter. It has other values as five length or seven length, because whatever the minimum length is there inside these array values, that much only it can be common. So the minimum value string or the minimum value array, whatever it is there, it cannot exceed that value for the longest common prefix. For example, in this minimum we have four length geek, right? So it cannot exceed four at all. The maximum can be four or it can be less than that only. So in this case, the we get the total length as three. Okay, it will never exceed four length. In other examples also, it will never exceed. I hope you have understood how we are iterating and storing the result value you still haven't understood, let's go into the coding part, and after that it will be more clear to you guys. Now we're inside the Geek for Geeks website, and this is the longest common prefix function. And in this, as we have mentioned previously, we're going to store the result in one variable. Okay, that will store the maximum length values in that. Okay, maximum length string here, and we're taking the length of the first value in the array. Okay, and we're iterating using that. Now this other for is used for comparing all the elements. Okay, the first, for example, in the second for, the s will have first value, then second value, then third value, then fourth value. Okay, then it will be comparing one by one all elements. Okay, this I will be changing. I will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, you can observe that. So it will be counting one by one character in each string here. Okay, using the first value, it will compare all other values in the rest of the list. Okay, now these are the two conditions here that I have mentioned, that if the length is, if I equal to length of the string, okay, that length of the string is whatever we're taking. If the I value, I told that in the first example in presentation, 13 times we're going to iterate, but you can see we don't have any other value in the list. Okay, like this one, in this case we don't have any other value which is 13 or it exits 13. The max is we have 6 characters in length. So if it encounters any smaller value, okay, then it will stop immediately. Okay, because as I told, it cannot exceed the maximum length of the smallest string in the list. Okay, if this condition comes, we stop immediately. We return whatever is there inside. Okay, that will be return res. And if result doesn't have anything, so that means there is nothing common. So we're returning -1. Okay, another condition, this one, if si, the character doesn't match. If the character doesn't match with another value, then also we return immediately. So those are the two conditions. Okay, now if this condition is false, then we are just going to append the value, previous values, and we will be converting into a string. Okay, and that string value will be returned at the final here. If the result is still empty, then we result empty, then we return -1, else we return the result here. Okay, I hope with the coding part and the explanation part everything is clear. If you like the video, please give us a like. If you still have any doubt, just leave a comment down below. If you have any extra email IDs, please do subscribe and support our channel. Thank you for watching till the end. Let's meet in another question.